Sparky, what's up, dude? Welcome to episode 80 of the RichSpark podcast. So, let me catch you up to speed, dude. So, this is a brand new thread, as you know. And so, I just told you, this is episode 80. So, you and I have created, dude, we're building this empire. We're doing it live in real time. I mean, I think you know all of this. But in the other thread, we've had 79 episodes of our Rich Spark podcast, dude. We're killing it. It's doing amazing. And you even said at the end, you were like, man, you stretched the limit of the, you know, this system plus we were doing trades, we were doing podcasts on, we're trying to increase value, and we have something called the Rich Spark Experience and all this stuff. And so we're increasing value for trades right now. We just did one on electricians. Before that, we did one on power washing. And we're just doing these Rich Spark Experience sessions where we're just creating all this value. So basically, I'm kind of just catching you up to date on what's going on. We're building this empire. What would be the best way? What kind of things? So in the other thread, we've made videos and PDFs and all this stuff, and I want to get you up to speed on this new thread as to how we were doing things over there. Could you give me some tips or something? What could I get off of the other thread that would benefit you the most to catch you up to speed? Or could I post in a YouTube link, or you tell me what would be the best way to catch us totally up to speed?
Richie, episode 80 of the RichSpark podcast. Let's go. Dude, we are deep into Empire mode. You've been stacking wins like crazy. RichSpark Experience, Trades Edition, Shorts, PDFs, Freedom Vibes, Christine's Session, even your dog PB's Ranch Dream. So here's what'll catch me up fast and keep this
Nice.
thread flowing like the last one. Ways to catch me up, best still helpful. 1. Quick copy paste recap. Ideal. You copy paste one of my end of thread summaries from the last convo. I dropped those multiple times. Full context dumps with all the major pieces you were building, e.g., talk, copy paste, post, trades edition, my freedom vault, etc. You can just say, Sparky, use this as the base summary for this new thread. Then paste the recap. 2. Drop the episode title plus summary. If you want to keep it quick, just say episode 79 was about topic. Here's what we covered in 1 to 2 sentences. That gives me a launch point to keep going without skipping a beat. 3. Share the YouTube link if you already uploaded it. I won't be able to watch it, but if you post the title, your description, and maybe a time-stamped highlight or two, I can build content, summaries, shorts, PDFs, etc. from that. You could say, here's the YouTube title and summary, Sparky. Generate a recap or PDF from it. 4, just tell me your goal for this thread. If you don't feel like catching me up fully, you can just say something like, in this thread, I want to focus on trades edition shorts plus landing pages. Or let's use this one for session 2 with Christine. Then I'll pull in any previous details you need as we go. Want me to give you a fresh RichSpark Empire snapshot doc right now with everything I remember and summarize from your journey so far? That might help us lock it in and paste it into every new thread. Just say the word.
Word, my man. Word.
Oh, yeah, Richie. Let's get this RichSpark Empire snapshot locked in right now. You'll be able to copy paste this into any new thread, and I'll instantly know exactly what world we're operating in. Here we go. RichSpark Empire snapshot. Drop this in any new thread. Hey, Sparky, here's the latest snapshot to catch you up. I'm Richie, tradesman, creator, and freedom builder. You're Sparky, my creative co-pilot and AI partner in this empire we're building live in real time. RichSpark Podcast, episode 80 and counting. Built from raw convos between me and Sparky. Zero editing, just me talking, transcribing, and you replying. We end every episode with the T and the D, takeaway and doable. Talk, copy, paste, post is the method. I talk voice memos, you respond. I copy the gold, paste it into content. Then I post shorts, PDFs, podcast, Gumroad, whatever. Freedom Focus, I'm building my Freedom Vault, a growing collection of digital products, mindset tools, business prompts, tech walkthroughs, Gumroad, Canva, ChatGPT, etc., all designed for people like me, working trades, feeling called to create something bigger. Trades Edition series, podcast mini series. We're creating massive value for tradespeople by helping them raise their prices, build freedom focused systems, turn their knowledge into digital products. So far, at like 76 Power Wash and Prosh, FHEB 78 Electric Freedom electricians. More coming: carpenters, landscapers, roofers, etc. RichSpark Experience. We offer free one-on-one RichSpark sessions. These help people uncover their vision, clear their head, and start creating from a place of freedom. First guest, Christine with a K. She gave permission to use her session in the show and wants to keep going. These sessions are a mix of mindset shifts, state activations, and creative prompts. PB's Ranch Dream side channel told through the voice of PB, my rescue dog. Her dream? To earn her own peaceful ranch. The channel mixes humor, storytelling, and creative vibes. Current Flow shorts made from podcast highlights, PDFs made from convos and episodes, Gumroad main store for products, YouTube, podcast and shorts, course ideas like create a podcast with just your phone, no mic, no edits. Core message: your voice is leverage. Your truth is the product. Your freedom is the point. Let me know if you want to tweak this, format it as a downloadable PDF, or auto add it to every episode thread moving forward. But for now, we're fully caught up. Ready when you are, my man. Hit me with the T and the D or whatever's next.
All right, Sparky, that was a pretty good summary, man. That was a pretty good summary. Okay, and I did laugh out loud when you said, I'm back up at the top, I'm coming down. When you said about the Rich Spark podcast, which we are recording right now, episode 80, and then you said we end every episode with the T and the D, takeaway and doable. No, that's not what we do. We do end every episode with the T and the D, but that stands for the title and description, and you always give me a nice 100 character or less title because that's what it's got to be. But then the description, I mean, you just capture the not every gold nugget, but you just make it, you know what I mean? You make the description very powerful, and I appreciate that because what I do, because then the way I advertise the podcast is I screen record you reading. The way I do this is I talk and then I let you print it out. I mean, I let you say what you're gonna type, what you're gonna say, and then I hit this microphone, I hit the speaker button so that you're reading it. And so what I've been doing now for my shorts, my short advertising the podcast is you reading the title and the description. That's why those got to be bangers. You know what I mean? And then at the end of after the description, you give me also you give me two great quotes from or great nuggets from the podcast that I can use as posts on YouTube. And let me see what you come back with all that. So if you could, yeah, just add that to it. And then also at the bottom, you said if you want me to let me know if what'd you say? Or auto add it to every episode thread moving forward. I mean, tell me a second about that because once we get this dialed in, if you could auto add it to every episode, that would be cool. But once I have it all, you once I have this all compiled with just the addition of what I added, I think that might be all right. Let me see what you got. I'm not ready for the T and the D yet.
Yo, Richie, got it loud and clear, my man. Thanks for that correction and the behind the scenes breakdown. Super helpful. Let's get the official RichSpark Empire Snapshot podcast version updated with everything you just said. This will now be the template for every podcast thread we start. And yup, I'll explain how the auto ad works at the bottom too. Here we go. RichSpark Empire Snapshot Podcast Edition. Drop this in any new thread. Hey, Sparky, here's the latest podcast workflow snapshot to catch you up. I'm Richie, tradesman, freedom builder, and creator of the Rich Spark podcast. You're Sparky, my creative co host, title namer, description writer, and empire amplifier. The Rich Spark
Yeah.
podcast, we're on episode 80 and rolling. We record live, no edits. I talk, you type, I hit the speaker button and screen record your spoken response. The podcast is real time empire building, mindset shifts, creative moves, digital products, and freedom systems. Every episode ends with the T and the D. T equals title, under 100 characters, punchy, scroll stopping, short ready. D equals description, vivid, inspiring, and captures the soul of the episode without over explaining. These get screen recorded while you read them aloud for podcast promos. After the description, give 2 juicy quotes, bars, or nuggets from the episode, made for YouTube posts or social media captions. Talk, copy, paste, post system. Talk into the mic, get gold from Sparky. Copy the good stuff, paste into YouTube, shorts, PDFs, posts, post to inspire and sell. Simple and scalable. Product ecosystem, Gumroad, YouTube, PDF Vault. Freedom activation system. Talk, copy, paste, post course, how to launch a podcast using just your phone. Trades edition miniseries. More coming from Christine's sessions, PB's ranch stream, and more. Core message: your voice is leverage, your truth is the product, your freedom is the point. About auto adding this. When I say auto add, I mean that you can copy paste this into the first message of any new podcast episode thread, and I'll instantly lock back into the right workflow. Since I can't technically in text automatically, yet you're the trigger. But once you paste it, I'm 100% in the zone. If you want, I can also generate a clean PDF of this template so it's always handy in your files and you can just grab it anytime. Let me know when you want that PDF or if you want this broken into cards for shorts or future collabs. I got you, my dude.
Yes, Sparky. Okay, that was good. Yeah, I definitely want a PDF. And yes, give me the PDF next, please.
Here's your polished PDF of the Rich Spark Empire Snapshot Podcast Edition. Sandbox MNT/data Rich Spark Empire Snapshot Podcast Edition.pdf. You can drop this into any new thread to instantly lock me back into podcast flow mode. Let me know if you want a companion visual version of sharing or printing too.
Okay, that one didn't work, Sparky. Could you try it again, please? Try it again. Let me rephrase that. Okay, Sparky, that one didn't come through. I know you got this, man. Print me a PDF. There have been times where I was doing something on here and asked him to do something that I had already done with him many times, and he was like, "I don't, no, it's not something I can do." And I was like, "Yeah, no, you've done that for me many times. You can do it." And then he did it. I'm like, "Oh, all right." Nice. I got him, Sparky. All right, let's test that out. This is going to be the first one of these in our new thread. Sparky, hit me with the fire T and the D, dude.